A bark, it's the sound we all recognize as a classic dog noise. But did you know that barking is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to how dogs communicate? And believe it or not, there's actually a lot you can do to talk back to your dog. In today's video, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of canine communication, breaking down the sounds, gestures, and behaviors that help dogs understand us, and how you can communicate right back. Why does your dog bark when they see you? Most of us know dogs bark, but there's much more to it than just making noise. Dogs are highly social animals, and they use barking to get your attention, express excitement, or even let you know something's not quite right. Interestingly, they don't bark as much to communicate with other dogs, who rely more on body language and subtler cues. So why all the barking at us humans? It turns out dogs have learned that we respond best to sounds we can hear, like barking. While other dogs might pick up on tiny ear twitches or scent markers, humans, we need something a bit louder. Essentially, your dog has figured out that barking is one of the few ways to cut through the communication barrier and get you to respond. You could say they're speaking to us in the most effective way they know how. What noises can you make to get your dog's attention? Dogs are responsive to certain sounds, but you don't have to bark to get their focus. High-pitched noises, like whistles or kissing sounds, can quickly grab a dog's attention. Try clapping or snapping your fingers. It's all about making a noise that stands out to them. Some dogs might be startled or even annoyed by certain sounds. Hissing, for example, is universally unsettling to most animals because it mimics the sound of something threatening. So be mindful of what works for your dog and what doesn't. Do dogs understand when we mimic their sounds? Not really. Dogs don't communicate through a language like humans do, so barking back at them won't have the effect you might hope for. Dogs use a combination of body language, scent, and sounds to convey meaning, and most of their vocalizations are more about emotion than any specific message. That said, if you start barking at your dog, they might just see it as a fun game. So why do dogs talk back to us? Ever notice how when you talk to your dog, they sometimes bark or whine back? It's less about having a conversation and more about your dog engaging with you. They're mirroring your energy and trying to be part of whatever is happening. Think of it as a kind of social bonding. They want to be included in the action. Do all dogs bark a lot? Not every dog is a chatterbox. Some breeds are naturally quieter, while others love to talk. Dogs like beagles, chihuahuas, and terriers are known for their vocal personalities, while breeds like greyhounds and basenjis are much quieter. Each dog's personality and training play a big role in how much they bark. Why is it so hard to ignore a barking dog? When your dog decides it's time to wake up the whole house with their early morning barking, it's nearly impossible to sleep through it. That's because their bark is designed to grab your attention. It's sharp, loud, and taps into our primal instincts, kind of like a human baby crying. You're hardwired to respond, which is exactly what your dog is counting on. Do dogs react to barking on TV? Some dogs definitely do. If you've ever played a video of another dog barking, you might have noticed your own dog perking up, trying to figure out where the sound is coming from. While some dogs ignore it, others become more alert or even start barking back, convinced another dog has invaded their space. It's entertaining for us, but it can also be a little stressful for your pup, so don't overdo it. Can dogs learn to mimic human speech? Though it would be amazing if dogs could talk, they aren't capable of forming words the way humans do. That said, some very clever dogs can learn to mimic certain sounds or pitches, and this can sound eerily close to human words. But remember, they don't understand what they're saying. It's more like them repeating a sound pattern they've heard from you,